Hey guys, it's Seek Blogs here. Today, we're going to be counting down our top 10 favorite cafes in Montreal, Quebec. We're going to be looking at the most unique cafes in some of the most prime locations in the city. So if you're sightseeing in Montreal, skip the Starbucks and hit up one of these amazing locations. Make sure you stick around until the end of the video for our number 1 pick. Number 10, Tommy. Located in the heart of Old Montreal, Tommy is situated in the British Empire Building, and although it was built back in 1874, all of the original charm and inspiring architectural features remain. Once you enter the cafe, you'll find yourself in a light, cheery atmosphere with white walls and lots of sunlight. The high ceilings are beautifully lined with Victorian molding, while the cafe itself is sprinkled with a mix of modern and mid-century elements. It's an awesome place to grab a coffee, and if you're into the whole overexposed, super bright white Instagram aesthetic, this is a great place to take photos. Number 9, Kahwa. If you find yourself in the plateau and in need of some coffee, check out Kahwa Cafe. Kahwa has a cozy, eclectic, somewhat hippie vibe. When you walk in, you'll see lots of exposed bricks, hanging lights, and odd little knickknacks scattered around. Oh, and did we mention that this cafe is rhino themed? But if you're not a fan of rhinos, their Choco Macchiato alone is reason enough for a visit. And on top of that, they've got a delicious selection of sandwiches and baked goods, which are made with thoughtfully sourced ingredients. Number 8, Anticafe. You might just get lost taking a walk through the Anticafe, located smack dab in the middle of Place des Arts. After climbing a neon-lit staircase, you'll quickly find that the Anticafe brings the phrase, "make yourself at home," to a whole new level, as their staff cheerfully greet you and offer to swap your shoes for a cozy pair of slippers. And to make you feel even more comfortable, you only pay for your time at the cafe, meaning that you can help yourself to unlimited coffee, tea, cookies, and snacks, or ask an employee to prepare a specialty drink for you. And I saved the best part for last. They can also make you pancakes. Number 7, Le Darling. Located in the heart of the trendy Plateau area, this cafe and bar will provide you with a warm and cozy environment with limitless sights to lay your eyes on. Every square inch of this cafe is decorated with a meticulous attention to detail, and I guarantee that every time you sit down for a morning cup of coffee, you'll spot something that you haven't seen before. If you were a fan of the I Spy books when you were growing up, you'll love this cafe. It's like getting an opportunity to walk through the pages of the I Spy Spooky Night book in real life, but maybe a touch less spooky. The warm vibe at Le Darling is accentuated by the exposed ceilings, wooden furniture, dangling plants that seem to double as curtains, and the warm candlelight illuminating each table. Number 6, SSENSE Cafe. Located in the historic and culture-rich atmosphere of Old Montreal, the SSENSE Cafe is a hidden gem located inside a high-end clothing store. Constructed with a brutalist and minimalist design, this 5-story flagship boutique sits right next to the Notre-Dame Basilica. Pretend to be bougie for the afternoon as you walk through the various fashion displays and get a taste of the luxury and streetwear mix that's trending in Montreal. Though, unless you're willing to fork out hundreds of dollars for one item, browsing is likely the only interaction you'll have with the clothing at SSENSE. The coffee, on the other hand, is affordable and definitely worth it. Grab yourself a delicious latte, admire the fashion displays, and take in the sights beyond the large windows in the front room. You might just think you're in Europe. Number 5, Saint-Henri. Take a trip to the Mile End and grab a coffee brewed to perfection at one of the best artisan roasters in Montreal. This cafe is unlike any on the list since it features a mini laboratory with state-of-the-art equipment, which is separated from the cafe with floor-to-ceiling glass panes. If you're lucky enough to be there at the right time, you'll catch a glimpse of the mini lab in action, which is used to deliver exclusive training for those wanting to learn more about the art of coffee making. But even if you miss out on watching coffee hopefuls in action, There's no shortage of things to capture your attention, one of which is the hypnotic and mesmerizing purple LED lighting illuminating the Sky Farm. This urban and eco-responsible project, developed exclusively in Montreal, decorates the walls of this cafe with blossoming herbs, which work to complement the vast amount of plant life that's already housed by Saint-Henri. The chic and modern decor of the cafe bar and lounge area, featuring high ceilings with exposed piping and brick walls, give off a trendy and minimalistic vibe. We grabbed ourselves one of their famous red velvet cookies and coconut milk lattes, and it did not disappoint. Number 4, Le Petit Dep. Le Petit Dep is the perfect place to visit if you want great coffee, a unique atmosphere, and you also want to score some super cute souvenirs at the same time. This unique hideaway is located in Old Montreal, steps away from the Notre-Dame Basilica. Every corner of this cafe is covered in items from the Victorian era, and if you look closely enough, you can even find some Canadian contraband. It's hard to leave Le Petit Dep with just one of their delicious coffee drinks. You'll be sure to find something that you can't leave without. Let's just say that if you're someone who enjoys browsing the accessories you find in Chapters or in Indigo, you're going to absolutely love Le Petit Dep. Number 3, Eva B. Eva B is one of the most unique places you could possibly grab a cup of coffee in Montreal. It's probably one of the most unique places in Montreal, period. Doubling as a thrift store and cafe, Eva B has what feels like endless rooms. Wander around and get lost in all sorts of trinkets and odds and ends. Eva B has anything and everything, from vintage clothing to posters to rollerblades to whatever this is. And since their prices are so reasonable, you can go on a major shopping spree without breaking the bank. Once you grab yourself a coffee, you can either head to the back and sit in the most oddly decorated dining space ever, or just get lost wandering around the endless clothing racks. Even if you're not interested in buying vintage, Eva B is definitely worth a walkthrough. Oh, and to be mentioned, there's free popcorn? Number 2, Pastel Rita. This cafe makes our top 10 list because it's by far one of the best Instagram-worthy cafes in the city. The posh and pastel interior design in Pastel Rita is absolutely captivating, meaning that you often see patrons with their phone out to capture the unique atmosphere this cafe has to offer. The mixture of the orange walls, the green bar design, and curved archways give off a Spanish vibe, which is especially nice in the winter because it can feel like a quick getaway from all the snow. And if it does happen to be cold outside when you go, make sure you try one of their delicious espresso drinks. Be sure to grab a seat near one of the large front windows, which are ideal for people watching in the Mile End. Number 1, Crew Collective. Located in Old Montreal, this former bank turned cafe is a spot that you absolutely can't miss. Built in the former Royal Bank of Canada building, this historical structure has maintained its grandeur and historical elements that took nearly 2 years to craft when construction began in 1926. Stepping into this cafe, you can't help but feel like you've taken a trip back in time. The marble floors mixed with the vaulted ceilings create an echo with every step you take, a distant reminder of how prestigious and breathtaking this bank once was in its heyday, and still is. The ceiling above has been carefully painted with meticulous detail, with brass light fixtures illuminating the cafe with a warm glow. Oh, and if you're looking for a great place to take some Insta-worthy photos, this is the one place where you won't have to feel shy. This historical building is a magnet for cameras, so you won't feel out of place doing a mini photo shoot if that's your jam. And that's our top 10 list of the best cafes in Montreal. The addresses of all the locations mentioned are in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave us a thumbs up, or you can even subscribe to our channel. Also, if we missed your favorite Montreal caffeine spot, be sure to drop us a comment.